Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn, and during this presentation I'm going to teach you how to add a book to your Amazon Advantage account. Now, over the last few years I have submitted over 200 books to my Amazon Advantage account, and I've developed this unique system which virtually guarantees the books that I upload will sell really well. So make sure you've got a pen and a piece of paper, because I'm going to give you some real important nuggets for making sure that you submit your book correctly to the Amazon Advantage program. Now, what you will need in order to upload your book is obviously, first of all, you need an Amazon Advantage account. Once you've got your account, you will need an ISBN number. An ISBN number is 13 digits long and it stands for International Standard Book Number. Without that, you're not going to be able to upload and sell your book to the Amazon Advantage account. Once you've got your ISBN number, you will also need the front cover for your book, and I upload mine in JPEG format. If it's not in JPEG, then it needs to be sure that it is in a requirement that Amazon asks for, and you can find that out on Amazon's website. So make sure that your book cover, the front cover, is in a format which is suitable for uploading to Amazon Advantage. Once you've got the cover, you will also need your book's description, and you will also need your author biography. Now, once I've gone through the presentation, which isn't going to take too long, I want you to click the link below the video, which will take you through to my website, richard-mcmunn.com. And on the page you will see this video again, but you will also see some links of where you can get your ISBN numbers. I'll also talk more about the HTML tags that I'm going to explain to you during this video, and why they are important when you are uploading your book's description. So let's get straight into this. And what we need to do is to go to our Amazon Advantage account homepage. Now you'll see here that this is the homepage of the Amazon Advantage account, and you'll need this in order to upload your books. So I'm at the homepage, and then I need to scroll over items at the top left. I will then click add an item, and it will take me through to this page. Now this page is where I will enter my International Standard Book Number. So it says there product type, so you select the drop down menu and you need to select book. Now obviously it gives you other options, music, DVD, VHS, but we specifically as publishers want book. So what you will do then is you will add your ISBN number into that slot. Okay, so you can see there on this page that I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 digit number. I copy that, I go back to my Amazon Advantage account, and I will simply paste in the number, and it needs to be 13 digits in length. You also have the option to add the EAN if required, so enter the ISBN or the EAN and then click next. Okay, so we click the next button, and it will then take you through to the page where you have to include either required fields, so you've got to submit these, and also optional fields. Okay, and the page is quite long, you can see as I scroll down, but it gives you things like the book title, the author, the name of the publisher, the publication date. And the great thing about the publication date is that you can publish something on pre-order. So this book I'm going to upload is not going to come out until around about 3 months time, but I want to put it up on Amazon on pre-order so that I can start promoting it to my customers before it is actually available. So the book that I'm going to upload is actually called Data Interpretation Tests. So I'm going to publish a book which is basically all around data interpretation tests. Now, book cover design, and I'll go into this in a different video on richard-mcmunn.com, which I'd like you to watch, but you can see there the book cover is bold, it stands out, and it is very prominent, and it is simple. And basically my test for book covers is that I ask myself the question, can I tell what the book is, the book's subject, what that subject is without explaining it? And I can. If you look at that, I know exactly what the book is about without even thinking about it. And that's important on Amazon, because you're competing with lots of other people. Too many authors and publishers go into too much detail on their covers, they make it confusing, and they forget about the one all-important person, the customer. Okay, so that cover there is about data interpretation tests. So what I'm going to do now is go back to my title, and I'm going to submit the title itself. So I'm going to put data interpretation test. Now you'll see that I have put that first part in capitals. Okay, and I've done that deliberately because I want that part to actually stand out. I don't want to capitalize everything, but I'm going to put data interpretation tests, and I'm then going to put an essential guide for passing data interpretation tests. Okay, so the book title and the strapline: data interpretation tests, an essential guide for passing data interpretation tests. So that's my book title, the main part, and my strapline. Now the author is myself, which is Richard McMunn, so I put that in there. Now you notice there's a button there for adding another author. So if you've authored the book with somebody else, then you can add somebody else's name. But in this case, it's just myself who's authored the book, so I just need to put that. Now you put the name of the publisher. Now my publishing company is called How to Become, so I'll put that in there. Now the publishing company can be any name you want to. If I was starting out, again, I could call myself Richard McMunn Publishing. It doesn't have to specifically be the name of a limited company, but just the publisher. Okay, so the name of the publisher needs to go on there. Now you'll see underneath the book title at the top, it says please enter the title. Do not use all capitals. Okay, but that means that you can use some capitals, and I would encourage you to use some, especially for the more prominent words. Now the publication date, I already mentioned that what I want to do here is to put it available for a few months' time. So that we're in August at the moment when I'm talking on this video, so I'm going to put this available in November, which gives me time to get the book ready, gives me a few months running to actually promote the book. Now I have found, and this is a great thing, if you put something on pre-order, it gives you time to make money back to cover your publishing costs before it's actually released. So what I will do is I will put my book up on Amazon on pre-order, and I will then start promoting it. And I usually find that I can sell up to 100 copies of my book on pre-order before it's even out there ready. And that means that I'm making a lot of money back, and sometimes I can cover my publishing costs, okay, on pre-order sales, which is great. Now the binding. You've got a number of different options here: paperback, hardcover, perfect, library, cassette, board book, etc. So I, at the moment, always publish in paperback. So I'm going to select paperback there. Now the recommended retail price. Now this very much depends on the genre of your book. Now this book I'm going to sell at £15, and most books I do sell at that price. Now with the Amazon Advantage account, depending on the account that you have, they will probably take approximately 60% off your list price. So that means that you get left with 40% off the list price, and you need to bear that in mind. Now with my account, they take 55%, and that's because I generate so much sales per year. I get a 5% discretionary amount. So £15 is great. VAT, books 0 rated, so the number of pages. Now this book that I'm going to be publishing is 200 pages in length, so I'll put that in 200 pages. Now you may say to me, yeah, but Richard, what if I don't know the page length yet, because I'm putting it on pre-order, I don't know. Well, Amazon's recommendation is to put the approximate page that you believe it to be, and then you can change it once you know exactly the amount that it is. So I'm putting mine at 200. It's in English, okay, and then I'm going to select the subject. Now this is important that you select the subject. A lot of authors get the subject wrong. So what I'm going to do, because this is a career related book, it falls under business, finance and law, and then careers, okay? But you can see that there's lots of different sections on there. I could put it under education and languages if I wanted to, okay, but I actually want to put mine under business, finance and law, and then I want to put it under careers. So I've got the two different subject headings there, and that makes sure that Amazon, I'm telling Amazon how to present my book to its audience. So make sure you get the subject categorization correct. Now the rest of the fields you do not need to put anything in, okay, but I suggest you do. So this one is edition 1. It's the first edition. I've not published this in anything else before. Now the volume, it's not part of a volume. I'm not concerned about that. Format: abridged, illustrated, large print, box set, audio book. Now I do have illustrations within my book, so I'm going to tick illustrated. Now what I have here are two box fields. description and my author biography, and I suggest that you add content to these specific areas. Now don't forget, I mentioned at the beginning that it's important that you put a description in there. Now this here is my book description, okay, and this is what I'm going to copy and paste into the fields within my book. Now there's something I want to go through and talk to you about. We'll just get rid of this ISBN number. Now it's easy just to copy and paste all of the text within to the fields in there, but what we want to do is to make sure that our text stands out. Now if you look at this page here, this is a product of mine, okay, which I am selling on Amazon, and it's basically a train driver recruitment box set. Now it is it's a series of books, but you'll notice on the description here that I have highlighted and made bold certain keywords, okay. You'll also see there that I've got line breaks and I've put them there with bullet points. Now the vast majority of publishers and authors don't know how to do this, okay, and I'm going to show you how to do this within your description. Now what you have to do is go to your description and you need to use HTML tags. Now again, once you've watched this video, click through the link at the bottom of the page and it will take you through to the page on my website where this is, and I will give you all of the HTML tags that you need to put in your description. So you can see here that the one highlighted there with the two different sections and the B in the middle, that is what you need to put at the start and at the end of the text that you want to make bold. So what I'm going to do is just copy that there with the B in the middle, and I want to make the words data interpretation test bold. So I'm just going to put them there like so, and there too. So that then tells Amazon that data interpretation tests, I want it to be bold. I want it to stand out. Now if I want to put a break there, which I've got, I need to put that where you want the line break to start. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. The line break will start there. I'll move that up, and that tells Amazon then that I want a break, a line break in that portion. Now hopefully that starts to make sense. Okay, as I say, click through the link once you've watched the video and I'll give you all of the different HTML tags that you need to insert into your description to make it all stand out, to make it format correctly. So what I'm going to do again is on the data interpretation test there, because that's what people are going to be searching for, is I'm going to add it to that part there again, and I'm going to put it there too. And also I want to add another break here on that line, so I'll put that there, and then I will move that part of my website up. Okay. Now the bottom part is my author biography, which is going to be different. So I've then put in the breaks for you, so I'll just remove them. Now what I want to do is then copy all of that book description, go back to my Amazon author page, sorry, my Amazon Advantage page, and then just simply paste it into that. Now what we do when we submit it, Amazon will tell me if there's anything wrong with the text, and it usually does. It will come up and say that there's a problem, and it will highlight the specific areas where there is an issue. Now you'll see there author biography. So what I want to do is go back to my page with my author biography. I'll copy that and I will put that into the author biography. Now you'll see there also that I've put my website on there. Richard McMunn has coached hundreds of people to successfully pass the selection process. He is a former fire officer with Kent Fire and Rescue Service, and he's now the founder of the owner of howtobecome.com, the UK's leading careers guidance website. Okay, so I've got that information in there. Now you have the option as we scroll down the page on your Amazon Advantage account to add an editor and also add an illustrator if you want to. You can also add reviews for your book and the source of where it would come from. Now if you do have reviews, I would put them in there. Okay, so you put the review of the book and then the name of the person. You get to add up to 3 different reviews. Okay, so then what you do, once you're happy with all of the information, you simply click preview results, and you will notice there that it says invalid input characters have been filtered from the field. Now it's great because Amazon will just omit any problem characters that it has within your description for you, as I mentioned, and that normally happens. So you can see there that on the page before I click the submit button that it's got the ISBN, it's got my my title of my book, my author, the publisher, the date that it's ready, paperback £15, 0 rated for value added tax, recommended retail price, 200 pages. English, we know it's in the business, finance and law stroke career section. It's the first edition, and then we have got my description and the author biography. Now before you click submit, what I would also do is then copy your ISBN number again, because we're going to need that in a second. So once we've uploaded all of that information, we then click submit. If you're unhappy with any parts, then click edit, and it will take you back and you can then change it. So I'm now going to click submit, and it says there, congratulations, you have successfully added this item to your account. Now it usually takes up to 7 to 10 working days for your book to appear on Amazon. Now the way that you'll be able to find it is by searching for your ISBN number. So what I would do in there is search it after a few days, and you notice there that nothing has come up because it's not yet ready. But what we now have to do, and this is important, is upload our book cover to match the book description. Okay, so we go back to the beginning, we select items, and then what we want to do is upload images. So you click upload image, and then we just simply have to choose a file from our computer. Now we need to choose the book cover. So it'll open up our window, and all we do is then scroll down on my desktop until I actually find the cover. There's my cover with the ISBN. Make sure you name the image with your ISBN number. You'll see I've done that at the bottom. That's important. If you don't do that, Amazon won't be able to find it. So you can see there when I've submitted it, it's got the ISBN number. I click submit, and then Amazon will acknowledge you've submitted the upload with that request, and it's in status. So that again will take 7 to 10 days to become live on my account, and that is how you upload a book to your Amazon Advantage account. Okay, now what I recommend you do is click the link below the video, but please go to my website, richard-mcmunn.com, because there's loads of other videos that I've got there and tips for helping you to get your book published. Thank you very much for watching.